she told a story, and I like to repeat it often because I think it helps us put things in perspective. And she said there was a bunch of boys and girls at a family reunion playing a game that the girls made up the rules to. And the girls kept beating the boys. So one of the elders was watching, and the first question that came out is, well, who are the winners and losers? That is so easy to figure out because when we have standardized tests, we can just lay that out, right? We can tell who the winners are, we can tell who the losers are, we can champion the winners, and we can shame the losers. Because let us not forget the level of public humility. The level of public humiliation that is associated with ranking and sorting. That's associated with even the way our culture is starting to work now. It's all about public humiliation. Okay. So finally one of the elders said, well, who made the rules to the game? The girls did. Well, that's why the girls are winning. So when we ask ourselves, we start thinking about standardized tests, who made the rules of the game? Where did standardized tests come from? They came out of the eugenics movement.
Yes.
Are there people here that don't know what the eugenics movement was? Good. No one doesn't know that. So if you have something that comes out of something that is actually intrinsically evil, because that's what the eugenics movement was, we are continuing to compound the lies and the myths. I had a conversation last week with my very best friend from elementary school. I've known her since 3rd grade. And we were always like the smart kids in class, but of course we had a diverse learner class. And her daughter, who just graduated from Yale, so clearly it's working. And this is a woman, by the way, that did not graduate from college, but extremely brilliant. She said, you know, I remember when we were kids, the tests were so much easier. The right answer was so clear. She said, now I'm looking at these prep stuff that my daughter has to go through, and I don't know that I could pick the right question. I could pick the right answer. So not only have the tests changed, the idea that you think you know an answer, you choose an answer, and it's wrong, sends so many messages to children about their worth and their value in society. And then when you punish them by closing their schools, you put so much weight on the shoulders of very little children. Some kind of way that has to be wrong too. It's a form of child abuse. And I think that's a direct action move. We should just be calling DCFS or whatever they call it, and you know, whatever your community is. I think we should just like mass call them during testing season. Just call them and have a record, have it on record that these children are being abused by, and then name your superintendent. I think there are things we should do. And I think we can convince other people to do this. That, you know, children are being abused, let's deal with that. Because you know what, they have to investigate it, don't they?
Yeah.
You make the call?
Talk to Dr. Page. She can tell all the ways that it's being done. Dr. Page.
So Lonnie Guinier had it pretty well figured out when she asked the questions, who were the winners and losers, and then she said who made the rules to the game. But this is what Lonnie said that has stuck with me the most. Lonnie Guinier said, what are the stories the winners tell the losers to keep them playing the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really deep, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's where we are.
Yeah.
We are in a place right now where the mayor of the city of Chicago has said over and over and over again, I'm closing 54 schools. Now, mind you, he had this number in mind from the very beginning.
Yeah.
This is not something that was whittled down off of a big sheet of paper, because the Broad Academy has already put out the handbook on how to close schools across the country. It wasn't just for Chicago. So you put out a big number, you have everybody running around crazy and upset, and then you pull back and come off of another number, and then your real number is the one, and people think you've done them a solid.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we already read the book. We read the rules. Plus, he went around town telling anybody who would listen 50. And everybody said that's an outrageous number. But that's what he wanted. Now, how does the number 50 have any meaning? What does any number have meaning? You say the number 15. If you're talking about a 15-year-old kid, what is your image? Probably a sophomore, sort of immature maybe, right? Kind of goofy. Maybe not comfortable in their skin.